Hey guys, how's it going? Krippan here. So today I'm going to talk about one of the most obscure cards released in GVG, and it's Recycle. People don't play this card. I think they're really afraid to, largely because everybody knows it sucks. But when it comes to a lot of the cards, it's not so much that they just objectively suck. They just don't really work right now. So the interesting part is to figure out in which scenario they do work, in which scenario they are really good, kind of how things need to change, and if there are any cracks where the cards slip in a good spot right now. So Recycle, I have seen this card in Arena a little bit. Normally rares in Arena are actually pretty good. I think that as a percentage, it's much more likely that you'll get a bad epic than you would a bad rare among the picks in Arena, just because some epics are really crap and most rares are pretty good. So Recycle often just doesn't get picked because it's too experimental and it just looks really bad. And even though Arena does seem like it'd be a decent fit for Recycle because there's a lot of big minions played and Druids really lack that removal, it does seem like Recycle might find a little bit of a fit. But I think in all the Arena I've done since GVG, I've seen Recycle cast like twice. And it hasn't been from me. I have not tried this card. So it is quite a rare thing. As far as constructed, we know how things are going. Things are going in an aggressive direction. And, well, most decks are aggressive. Druids have trouble dealing with aggressive decks. And, well, what tends to happen is there's no card in the aggressive deck that costs 6 mana, except maybe Dr. Boom, and you have a big game for Dr. Boom, and if you do want to recycle Dr. Boom, well, the Boom bots, those little assholes, are still going to be there, and they're still going to destroy your board quite effectively most of the time. So Recycle just doesn't work basically anywhere right now. But conceptually, the card has its advantages. So there are a few things that make this card good. There are a few targets that Recycle can hit that actually are extremely good value. So if you think about it, there are cards that cost more than 6 mana and it takes like a whole turn to play them. And they can only be played in very specific scenarios. So you guys know the old quote, like if you play Ysera on an open board, you win the game. That kind of stuff. There's a few cards that really need to be played in that situation, and Recycle targets exactly those cards. So while Ysera isn't the greatest example because you still would get the dream card before it's recycled back into the deck, there are cards that are much more effective against it. So for instance, you can recycle something like Behind a Taunt if they have like a bunch of buffed taunts and a Mal'Ganis behind. It's very effective against a card like Sneeds because Sneeds does take a whole turn to cast, and Recycle basically removes that turn. So Recycle being 6 mana, it doesn't really work too well even in that sense, because if he spends his turn 8 casting Sneeds, you cast a Recycle on 6. Usually there are no really good 2-drops in a Druid deck that you'd play alongside it. So the problem then becomes, if it was a good time to play Sneeds and you recycled Sneeds, if he draws Sneeds again, it'll still be a good time to play Sneeds. And that is a little bit of an issue because you don't actually accomplish anything at all in that case. So even in Recycle's best case, there's still, like a 5 to 15% chance, sometimes a lot more if there's very few cards in the deck, and usually there are fewer cards in the deck with the higher amount of mana as the turns go by, that it'll actually do nothing. And in the best case, you could play like a 4-drop with Recycle, but still, again, 1, 2, 3, 4, not the strengths of the Druid. You're not really going to amass much of a tempo lead from this card, even in the absolute best case. Now, in terms of Recycle's mechanics, this shuffling into the opponent's deck from play, this mechanic, we've seen this in like Magic the Gathering, but never before in Hearthstone. So if you equate it to other card terminologies, it's quite strong. It's as if you remove a draw for your opponent and sap. So it's as if you sap and draw a card. And if you think about it that way, for 6 mana, it's pretty bad. The draw power of a card really is worth at most 2 mana. Okay, at the very most. That's like an exaggeration, if anything. So really Recycle, for it to be played, I think it'd have to cost 4 mana. At 4 mana, we might actually see Recycle played in quite a few decks. Now, Recycle is one of those cards where you can amass a huge tempo lead in a class that really suffers from tempo. So it's a card that is affected significantly by mana cost. So at 6 mana, it's garbage. At 5 mana, it's like maybe okay. It's a huge improvement. Usually when you reduce a card's mana cost by 1 or increase it by 1, it's a huge difference. My point is, it's even more so a difference in a card like this. But I still think that until it's like 4 mana, we won't see much play of this card, even though it might see the 5 mana cost someday, though Blizzard is not very well known for buffing cards. It's an interesting mechanic. It's just a little bit of a letdown, but still, we have seen Recycle played mostly in the fun range of friendly decks, and well, I thought I'd like to show you guys a glimpse of what that might look like, because who knows, maybe someday everyone will be playing decks with just a crap load of legendaries that, you know, usually end on like turn 18 from one guy having a legendary that doesn't have an answer. Yeah, we're probably really far from that being the case, but check it out, enjoy, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Get that shit out of here.
Okay. Wow.
Oh, dude, if I played Arcane Golem like a bunch of turns ago, you could have had Scenarios down so much earlier. Oh, that would have fucked me up the hard, actually. Alright, it's good that I didn't do that.
Nice Recycle,
oh my god,
bro.
you drew him? What? Alright.
Recycle, good
right,
card.
You know
good card, Recycle.
Good, this is why you don't have friends. This is why you're stuck playing with me.
Pretend you guys didn't see that card. That may have been a bad idea, because now I don't have a spell for the Wild Pyro.
I must safeguard
Okay, now I have a spell for the Wild Pyro.
You gotta be kidding me!
the spirits be restless.
Net decks all day? What? This is a double Panda, double Recombobulator, double Shrinkmeister, double Shadow Madness, double Cabal Shadow Priest, greediest fucking crap priest deck ever seen. I think I've made myself clear.
I've got the beast in my sight.
Feel my pain.
Here comes the fool.
I want to save the Panda for the Vol'jin. Rip.
I must safeguard the land.
You might feel a little tingle.
Tastingo!
you. We got a taunt now, boys. We didn't have one before, but now we acquired one. Okay. Oh, he went for the 3. I thought he'd draw. I don't want a Dr. Boom because I'm pretty sure he's running MC Tech in like every single tech. Oh, okay. Okay, we should have this. Unless the boom bots really blow, we should have this. Got him. It's like no early game to take. We want death, big game, that kind of stuff. Wow, these hands are so diverse. Okay.
Is someone injured?
Damn.
You might feel a little tingle.
Might actually want that for a Shout of Madness. This is why this deck doesn't work in the current meta right now, guys. That's basically why.
Time for a change.
Well, he has 10 cards. Whatever his deck is supposed to do, he should be doing it right now. Wait, what? Oh, he played the Wild Growth. I feel I might want the Soul Priest for the circle. Oh well. Okay, we got Hemet to save us.
I must safeguard the land. I've got the beast in my sight. Drink with me, friend.
Oh god. Works for me. I had the Nova, I didn't need to play that. I think my decks are a little too strong. The matchups aren't that fair.
You gotta be kidding me!
I have the big game still. Yeah, it is.
I've got the beast in my sight.
You gotta be kidding me!
Again? Okay.
My apologies.
Fun ruiner. Yep. Fun thief. I'm the fun thief.
I have no time for games.
I just want to steal his cards. He's not letting me.
Someone injured?
He used to play cards so I could steal them. Oh shit. That's just disgusting, bro. That is straight up fucking unfair.
Right away.
Yeah. You really can't do much. Got some bad news, guys. See that Onyxia? It's my Onyxia.
Love my new recipe.
See if this works.
Let me change your mind.
I must safeguard the
Okay.
In the light's name.
I don't know what's in this dude's deck, so we're gonna play it like super safe. Like there might be like a fucking Deathwing in there. Mail myself a druid.
I'm out of cards.
Okay.
You might feel a little tingle.
Probably, yeah, I have lethal, but it's fine.
Time for a change. Make your life.
Maybe I should have done that. Because now Deathwing would actually work. Oh. Sudoku.